This is AS Stats. We're on Unit 2 and we're looking then at example 4 and we're trying to find our data then for a list of data. So let's take a wee look at the question. So it says the following data is the test marks out of 20 for 20 pupils. We're going to need to put it in order, and that's what I've done here. So I've taken each of these 20 and I've put them then all in order. You might want to pause your video then and take these down and then kind of put them in. The mode, of course, then is the most common, and it's going to be 11. The median, it's half n plus 1th term. So what does that actually mean? I mean, you've been working out the median for years, so it's very straightforward, but it's just to see where this formula is coming from. You get 20 terms plus 1 gives me 21, divided by 2 is 10.5, so I'm looking for 10.5 term. There's the 10th term, there's the 11th term, halfway in between then is going to be 9.5. For our range, biggest is 18, smallest is 3, that gives us 15. For the interquartile range then, a quarter n plus 1th term, so n plus 1, 21, divided by 4 is kind of 5.25, so we are halfway in between here and here, so it's going to be 6. And this one, the 3/4, is in between the 12 and the 14, so we're going to go with 13. Interquartile range then is 13, take away 6, and that gives us then 7. For the next part of this question, we're going to go straight to our calculator and just try and put in the data. So here we are. Let's see, hopefully you can see the screen here and see what we're doing. So we're going to go into stats mode, so we're going to go shift, setup, scroll down, and I'm going to hit number 3, which is stats. It's a list of data, so I'm just going to go off for frequency. So I'm going to hit 2, and then menu, 6. It is one variable that I want, so I'm hitting number 1, and then I'm going to put in the data. So I'll put in the first few here, and then I'll pause the video. So it's 3, and then we hit equals. That makes it appear up there. 4 equals, and then I'll pause here. Okay, so that's all my data in. And obviously, once we do that, we do the weird thing, which is we hit cancel. And then to get all the information we need, we hit option. And if you then look at the option there, 3 will just bring up that list again, and 2 then is what we want. And this gives us then all the stats that we need. So sigma f, if we go here, is just the same then as our n. So that's going to be 20. Let's go down here so you can see actually what I'm filling in. So sigma f, that's the same as n. So sum of all the frequencies, as in how many terms were there, and that equals 20. Sigma fx, where is that one going to be? If I go back up, that's the same then as our sigma x, so that's 196. Sigma x squared is the same as our sigma fx squared, so that's going to be 2288. Our mean, you can read it off there, is 9.8. Our standard deviation for population, so there's standard deviation of population there, that wee one there, so it's 4.28. Standard deviation for sample, the sample then 4.396. The variance for the population, that's that one there squared, so it's 18.36. And then for the other one then 19.33. You need to be really familiar with and really comfortable with learning how your calculator works. I'll maybe use a different calculator then for the next one, and how you get this data, because we use this data to work out lots of bits and pieces, and we'll be using it then for the next chapter as well. So that's really what we're trying to practice and to be able to do.